Hey guys, welcome to 10 in 10, the conversation starter show where we list our top 10 in 10 minutes. This week we've got a very special episode where we're going to be listing our top 10 players of the 2020 calendar year. Let's get into it.
So we're doing who we think were the top 10 best players of this calendar year. So it does span over 2 seasons, which I know is a little confusing. But from basically 1st of January to right now in kind of mid-December, who has been the best 10 players in football?
Yeah, and we're probably not going to include goalkeepers on this list. It's more outfield players.
No, I haven't got one.
Yeah, there's some great goalkeepers, but we're going to do more outfield players. So I'm going to start us off. Number 10 on my list. He was on your list for the top 10 players of the last 30 years, Sergio Ramos.
Sergio Ramos,
Real Madrid hasn't done quite as well over the last year as previous years, but I mean, it's hard to argue. He's the captain of the team. Yeah. He's the leader of the team. He scores like a stupid amount of goals. Like I think it's almost in the around 10 each season for a centre back. So he just does such a good job, such a good leader. I don't necessarily like him, but he's going to be number 10 for me for this year.
Yeah, mate, my number 10, I've gone arguably the most underrated player in football. I've gone Son from Tottenham.
Yes. Love it.
Shout out to the boys in the league as well.
Yeah.
You know who you are. But he's just, if you watch Tottenham play ever, he's just amazing. The things he does, the goals he scores, everything about him. He's underrated, criminally so, but he's just incredible. And if I was starting a team, I'd love to have him. So I've gone Son.
Yeah, Son. He is a really good player, criminally underrated for sure. Yeah. My number 9 for me, I'm going to go with Timo Werner. Okay, cool. German player. He was at RB Leipzig. I always get it wrong. Leipzig. He's now at Chelsea. I mean, he had such a good season with the German side. Took him all the way to the semi-final of the Champions League. Scored a stupid amount of goals in the Bundesliga. And now he's doing pretty well. He's got to adapt a little bit still at Chelsea, but I just think when he's on, and he's just such a good player. So he's my number 9 player for 2020.
Love it, man. My number 9, I've had a choice out of my 2 Liverpool kind of strikers.
Yeah.
I've gone Mane over Salah.
Wow, okay.
So I put Mane number 9. I feel like Salah probably has a bit more natural class to him, but for me, who watches most Liverpool matches, the things Mane does, he's unselfish. Yeah. He's got a ridiculous work rate and his quality as well and puts him away. So I put Mane as number 9. Close with Salah. It could have been either one.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. All right, my number 8. Now this is a hard one because stats don't always speak true volumes of how good a player is. I don't think it's been his best year, but he's amazing, obviously. One of the best centre mids in the world is Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Okay, number 8 for me. He's just such a good, classy midfielder.
He's amazing.
He kind of reminds me a little bit of like just how like if you watch Toni Kroos play, he's just so classy. Like his technique, his vision, everything about him is just so classy. He's kind of like the perfect midfielder. So Kevin De Bruyne, I only dropped him down a little bit lower, is just because Man City hasn't done as well. They didn't win the league. They didn't do as well in the Champions League, and they're not doing as well this season as well, the EPL. So I feel like the team's not doing as well, which is bringing him down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with a classy player as well. I've gone Thomas Müller.
Yep.
Another underrated player.
Hugely underrated.
Hugely
People
underrated.
don't talk about him. He's incredible.
I know. Yeah. If you watch Bayern play, he's really kind of the heartbeat for that whole squad.
He's the engine.
He does so much for that team. Yeah. I know Lewandowski gets kind of the recognition, and deservedly so. He's incredible. But Thomas Müller is really he's the heart of that team. Yeah. And so he's my number 8.
Yeah, he's criminally underrated. Yeah. He's again, because he's not as marketable as other people, but his stats speak for himself.
Yeah.
Okay, number 7 for me, I'm going to be going the other Liverpool winger. I'd call him more than a striker, I guess, but is Mohamed Salah. Yeah. Mo Salah. I mean, again, I kind of like Mane more as well.
Yeah.
Because Salah's a bit more selfish and things like that, but then if you just look at his stats, they just speak for himself. He's just off the charts.
Class.
When he's on, he's unstoppable. He's just got such good skills, so good at goal scoring. I just think, when he's at his best, and won the Champions League, didn't win the Champions League, won the league title, Champions League the season before, but Mo Salah.
Yeah, it was that little bit of selfishness that he has, which is why I popped Mane in front.
Yeah.
But speaking of incredible Liverpool players, I've got Virgil van Dijk as my number 7.
Yeah, okay.
I think the change he made specifically when he came to Liverpool, I know he's been there a few years now, but he completely changed that team to the point where we did win the league for a reason, and we won the Champions League, obviously, last year for a reason. But I think you can still see the impact of him being injured currently as well, and what that's had on the team. So, Virgil van Dijk, he really does put a difference. Him and Alisson, those 2 additions, put a confidence in that team that they didn't have before.
Yeah, for sure. Funnily enough, apparently I think Liverpool's stats have been better since he's been injured. Weirdly enough, but I mean, stats don't say everything. The only reason I didn't include Van Dijk on there is because he's been injured for a few months, like quite a while now. So I feel like for 2020, he's been out for a bit. It's kind of hard to include him, but he's an incredible defender for sure. Now, what are we up to? Number 6. Number 6. Okay, number 6 for me, I'm going to go Serie A player. Top goal scorer last season was Ciro Immobile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of underrated, mate.
Criminally underrated. His stats, I think he got like 38 goals in Serie A in the 2019-20 season. He's doing really well in the Champions League this year as well, and in the league. And he's just one of those guys again.
Napoli?
No, he's for Lazio.
Lazio, sorry.
So he's he's one of those guys just again because he's not quite as marketable as someone like Mbappe or whatever.
And Lazio's not a massive team.
They're not as big. They're not as
they're not one of the big dogs.
Worldwide. Yeah, they're not as worldwide famous. So Ciro Immobile is just such a good striker. Like he just had a killer season, and if you look at his 2020 stats, it's hard to not put him on the top 10 list because he's off the charts. So.
Mate, my number 6, I've gone someone who is incredibly marketable for a big team.
Yeah.
As much as I don't like the team or him really, I've gone Mbappe as my number 6.
Nice.
He's such a game changer.
Yeah, he is.
Incredible pace, incredible skill.
Mm-hmm.
He literally does change that team when he's playing. As like a midfielder or a winger, you'd love to have him in your team. You just kick a ball through to him and he's going to get there.
Yeah.
So.
Hopefully his attitude gets a bit better as he gets older.
He's young and a bit arrogant, but
he's
you can't deny his talent. So number 6.
He's incredible. All right, number 5 for me now. I'm going to go with Erling Haaland. Pronounce that. Sorry,
Dortmund.
Okay, but I mean, if you just look at his stats going from he was at another club, I think it was Salzburg, then to Dortmund, and his stats are just off the charts. And even in his I think his first Champions League game, he scored a double, like a brace. But if you look at his stats from 2020, it's just off the charts. Now, I don't know whether he's going to be able to keep this up or not, but he is just lethal at the moment. And I think if you just look at this year, he's got to be, for me, number 5 player on the planet.
He's knocking goals away.
He's just ridiculous,
my number 5, I've actually gone Kevin De Bruyne as well.
Yeah, okay. You're a big fan of him. You
I love him. If it wasn't for injury, he'd be my number 2 probably. He's been so good. Just such a classy midfielder. When he's on, for me, the best midfielder in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
The way he controls the game, controls the pace, puts balls through that people don't see.
I
reckon if he had some more striking up there for him as well to deliver to, in a different team, he'd just be even more unstoppable. But I agree, City hasn't done as well, and he has been injured a little bit. But
I think he's the best centre midfielder in the world.
If it wasn't for the injuries, he'd be my number 2 easily.
Yeah, for sure. All right, number 4 for me. I'm going to go with Mbappe. He just talked about him. Same thing. I don't really personally like him that much because of his attitude and his arrogance, and him and Neymar, PSG just annoy me. But he's undeniably incredibly lethal, fast as anything, fast as lightning, and he's just so good, so talented, it's ridiculous. Hopefully he matures a bit more and I can grow to like him a bit more, but Mbappe for me is the 4th best player of this year. He's just incredible. And PSG made it all the way to the Champions League final, obviously won League One, killing it.
Man, that's why my number 4, I've gone the other one, I've gone Neymar. For the same kind of reasons, man. Like, between those two, they just control that team. There's a reason that team's doing so well. I mean, the League One's not great, but they're still dominating. You still have to win games. But they're doing it in the Champions League as well. So,
I made Champions League final. So I mean,
for both of that, those two are just incredible. So
see, it's hard for me because we're going to go honourable mentions before we go to our top 3 at business end of 10 and 10. Neymar's one of my honourable mentions. I didn't quite put him there just because I think his stats and I guess his performances I don't think has been quite there. But I mean, maybe I should have put him up there. I've got as well Van Dijk, like I said. Harry Kane is just really good. Ibrahimovic has been killing it. People like to make comments because he's older or whatever. If you just he's incredible. Son for sure. Lukaku's been really good most of the season. Toni Kroos still good. Mane of course. Any others?
I've gone Zlatan. I had Sergio Ramos. I had Lukaku, but I also had Bruno Fernandes.
Actually, I should put him there.
He was close to make my top 10. The impact he's had on Man U has been indescribable. So that team was rubbish, for lack of a better term, until he came along, and he's lifted that team and done something special. 100%. As much as I hate that team, he's been incredible for him. So he's 100%. Just very close to make my list.
For sure. All right, going down to the business end here. Top 3.
Top 3, buddy.
Number 3 for me. Now, this one, I can't believe I'm putting him as number 3, but just looking at his season and the way Barcelona's performed, Lionel Messi's my number 3 player. He's still off the charts, and I still think Addy's the best player in the world of all time.
Yeah.
But I just think he hasn't had the best year. Barcelona hasn't had the best year. They're coming like 9th in the league at the moment. They didn't do that great in Champions League for them. I don't know. I just don't think he's done quite enough this year. If I was doing the Player of the Year, I just don't think he's number 1 at the moment.
I agree. I've got him number 3 as well.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I mean, he's got so much class, but I think he's just losing that eighth of a step that he used to have, that little burst of pace that he used to have. And he doesn't seem quite as explosive as what he used to do. We're splitting hairs from the greatest of all time right now.
Yeah, he's still
so he's still
incredible.
Class, and every team would still buy him right now. There's not a team in the world that he wouldn't walk into.
No.
But I do think... I don't know if he's injured or he's just had a little bit off. But
I think it's probably motivation because he did want to leave Barcelona and they didn't let him go. And
so
I
he could be a bit sour.
He's a bit sour.
Not putting that in.
Yeah, he's not too happy there. So I think it's probably that. We'll have to see, I guess, at the end of the season if he changes or not. But number 2 for me now, mate. This one was very tough. I put Cristiano Ronaldo as number 2 for me because...
I think we have the top 3, buddy. We made the same top 3.
Yeah, he's like 35 now and he's just incredible still. Like, he's a freak of nature. Same thing, Messi and Ronaldo. I think Messi at his best is probably slightly better, but Ronaldo works harder, undoubtedly, and he's just a machine. He's the perfect footballer if you're going to build one.
Yeah.
And he was second Serie A goal scorer last season by like a couple of goals behind Immobile. He just wins games for Juventus all the time. It's just stupid, but he annoys me because I hate Juventus, but he's the second best player in the world right now for me.
Yeah, mate. I think you nailed it. He's a winner. That's what he is.
He just wins.
He just wins.
It's incredible.
And his work rate and his athleticism is what's going to keep him going into his mid-30s that he currently is. He's got that work rate to hit the gym and to stay fit and to be the best.
Yes, for
that,
sure.
I don't know if Messi has.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
And I'm not laying kind of any spurges there, but I don't know if Messi has that same work rate to hit the gym and to stay fit, or if he was just working on the class that he was naturally born with. As I said, Messi's my pick for the best of all time.
For sure.
But this year, and I think aging-wise, Ronaldo's still aging very strong because he's hitting the gym and he's staying fit and he's looking really, really good still.
I think so too, mate. I think we're going to probably have the same number 1 here, but to me, if Ballon d'Or happened this year, it would be robbing him if he didn't get it is Robert Lewandowski.
Lewandowski's mine.
He is just lethal as a flipping sniper. Like, he's just killer. Okay, he's just killer. And I think he can do everything. He's the perfect centre forward striker to me. He can pass, he can control the ball, he can run into space, he can head the ball.
He's fit,
he's tall enough, he's strong enough.
Yeah.
He's just perfect striker at the moment, and he's just goal record speaks for itself. His highest Bundesliga scorer. I think he got Champions League Golden Boot as well last season. Won the Champions League, won Bundesliga, won the treble with leading them. And he's number 1 player in the world right now, and for 2020.
Yeah, I agree, mate. He's my number pick for all those reasons. Yeah. Incredible. If I was starting a team right now and I want a striker, he's my striker.
100% him. Yeah. And that's in a class of like Haaland, Harry Kane, all these great out and out strikers that are around the world right now. But he's just a level above at the moment. So I think Ballon d'Or happened. It would have been him.
He got robbed the one, but
I think so for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well,
hey guys.
Anyway, you guys let us know what you think. We've had that conversation. The whole point of the show is to get the conversation going. We'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Love to hear your top 10 or what you think about our list, who had the better list. Okay, get into it, guys. Hope you have a good new year, and we'll see you in 2021.
Thanks, guys.